Welcome to the People Behind Property podcast, where we sit down with people who operate behind the scenes of business, property and professional life and explore what really drives them. Today's conversation is slightly different. It's not just about transactions or outcomes, but about purpose and understanding your why and building a career and genuinely serves others while still delivering commercial results. Joining me today is Rex Afrasiabi. Welcome, mate. Founding principal of New Chapter Legal, bond property lawyers as well. Rex is driven by a clear sense of purpose to help people to learn and continually grow. That why underpins everything he does, and from the way he advises clients to the way he has built his firm and team. Rex, mate, welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited.
Andrew, thank you so much. I'm pumped.
It's great to have you here, mate. And, if I could just say up front, what I love the most about you is you are for the real estate industry.
I am.
And it shows up all the time, whether it be on socials or, give me a call. What do you need? Do you need some help? What's going on? Your generosity, I think, is what's got you to where you are.
It's helping people. Honestly, in my opinion, there's nothing more rewarding than when you help someone through what might seem a small transactional thing, but for them, it's a massive life change.
You're not thinking about the clock. You're not thinking about the invoice. And this is why you're just generous with, your time. And anyone can call you and you'll give them some advice.
Of course.
Yeah.
And we do. And we're a lawyer for real estate agents, so we get calls from literally across the country at the moment.
You do, and I'm going to bring this up as well. But that you helped a mate of mine. It wasn't even in real estate.
Okay.
He had an issue with he's made redundant. You'll remember it.
Yep. I don't remember.
Not even in the industry, and he was getting told to go to the top end of town and all this crazy stuff. And I just said, look, give Rex a call and see what he can do. And you helped him. Yeah. It didn't cost him too much and he was wrapped.
Excellent. That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. I think in any industry, your reputation should precede you.
Yeah.
And if you do the right thing and you be honest and you do it for the client's best interest, not your own, it'll come back in tenfolds.
Yeah. Oh, look, definitely. I think, we're already off script here, but when you think about marketing, it's about giving.
It is.
And then you're there when someone needs you. And I think you understand that. You understand relationships, and your podcast, which I know has just changed to Revamp Real Estate with Chanel. And I know I'm on that next week.
So you are there next week?
I've obviously seen this strategy, and I don't even know if you've done it consciously. Have you? Like in terms of just being for the industry and the generosity that you bring in?
I want to give back to the industry because the industry has done so much for me. And not just I think doing the podcast is a great way to get first one-on-one experience in front of someone and ask some questions you want to know. So it's a learning experience for me too. And you learn from the best in an industry and you give back to it. So I judge most of the industry awards from REB, REOV, etc. I do a lot of...
you do, yeah. And I mean, you're on the red carpet too.
I was doing the red carpet,
Fashions of the Media's involved in that.
It was. Fashions of the REOV, we did that. Yeah. Even the REOV Real Estate of Victoria has a referral program. So any of their members that needs legal concerns comes to me. And we don't charge their members. We don't for the initial consultation. Unfortunately, we might need to at some stage.
Of course.
And we don't pay for that promotion or anything. The REOV have entrusted me with their members, which is...
And we'll try and get into a little bit of that, but the same old things come up, whether it be employment agreements, restraints, the usual stuff, or property management and retentions and all these things. It's the same stuff all the time, isn't it?
It is. And when you work within an industry, you see every aspect of it. So a lot of lawyers are commercial lawyers or litigation lawyers. There's not many lawyers that target an industry and just work within an industry. I'm probably better known amongst real estate agents than lawyers because I work within an industry, and there's nothing that surprises me because I see it everywhere now, and I can probably get a better insight into. We're working on some stuff in WA at the moment, and they're getting 4 multipliers at the moment for sale of rent rolls, which is unheard of in Victoria.
Why? How's that happening?
Bigger demand over there, a lot bigger demand, a lot more market over there for it. They've realised that there's an investor space in WA is really strong. The investor space in Victoria is not with land tax and what have you and regulations that we have. And the value I've seen transaction, we do a lot of transactions for rent rolls, it's dropping. It's not 3.5s anymore. Be lucky to get that at the moment. And
in Victoria.
In Victoria.
Agree. Mate, early in your career, you worked across several law firms. Have you always been in Australia, or have you lived
Always in
overseas?
Australia. Haven't lived overseas, travelled extensively. Worked at the larger firms, left the larger firms and went to a boutique commercial firm that does 3 people in the BRW Rich 100 list. So it was really good one-on-one exposure of the top of town, but in a very intimate setting. So I would sign, and I don't want to mention his name, but it's a very rich...
I was going to ask you what the early years of kind of how that shaped you. So continue, mate.
I saw firsthand what these people did, and they didn't want their name on stuff. So I used to sign their acquisition contracts and or nominee because if they see my name, they're going to up the price. So you sign it. Which was, and then it was really good experience. But I was younger. I'm quite old now, but this was 47.
You're not that old.
But back then I had blonde hair and blue contacts, long blonde hair and blue contacts.
Pretty suave back then.
I don't know about suave.
Bit of a lady killer maybe back then.
Oh, it was more like, I think boy bands were cool.
Well, mate, let's just jump into this because I need to know. You know, you made an unconventional move into the fashion industry. Tell us about that. Like, and what did you do? What attracted you? That maybe the contacts and the hair, maybe.
The firm I was at, the firm that does the BRW Rich 100 list, they've got an amazing office in South Yarra. They're the penthouse office, I suppose. And just underneath it was a fashion company that does stuff for Sass & Bite, C4, some of the bigger Australian brands. Now, I was younger, and the fashion company attracted a certain clientele and workers over there, whilst the law firm was not the same. Somehow Friday night drinks with your neighbours turned to a job offer. So I got an Audi TT convertible, which was a cool car 20 plus years ago.
That was the car.
So I had that as a signing bonus, and I joined them as the general manager. A lot of international travel, a lot of setting up.
Sass & Bite,
Sass & Bite C4. They do all the optics. Still around. They're sold now. They do. Our company did. So anything optical, sunglasses, optical glasses and stuff is not made by the fashion company. It's made by, they license it out. So Sunglass has a company called Luxottica has all the brands in Europe. This company that I work for, Blur Optics, had it for Australian fashion brands. A lot of fun, a lot of travel, a lot of wild stories, which I'll talk to you offline.
Of course.
But that's what got me there.
Wow, so cool. I mean, it certainly shaped you, and it's probably you've gone full circle, but you're running your own show now, aren't you? So, I mean, fashion's fast-paced, it's creative, intense. What did you enjoy about it? I know you mentioned, it was all these different things, but what did it lack for you? Was there anything that made you come back into more traditional real estate in the end?
If you look at it from the outside point of view, it makes you feel like this is the ideal job. You're traveling overseas all the time. You're going to New York Fashion Week. You're dating models. You're doing whatever you can or whatever just gets thrown at you. But it didn't honestly satisfy a why. There was no bigger purpose to it. When you, as a lawyer, I'm blessed. Like when I help someone through what for me is a transaction, for them it's a massive thing. Like your mates.
Scared.
Guiding them through that is so rewarding when you get to the end of it, and you build these relationships that you just money can't buy that gratitude.
Because you get one legal letter, you're paralysed.
You can be. You don't know what to do. It's the uncertainty. It's scary sometimes. Like when you can walk someone through it and get them to the other side and get a really good result. And be cool about it, and that comfort for them. That bond you build and the gratitude you get it's that was missing. And that I suppose is my why. And that's why I love doing the stuff that I do because it's giving back. Giving back is one of the most rewarding things, and a lot of people when it comes down to it, that is their why as well.
Yeah, but honestly, from what outside looking in, that giving back is what's grown your business, if you ask me.
It has, I think growing your business, there's several aspects to anyone that wants to grow a business, even real estate agents, particularly real estate agents. I think one is you got to know your numbers, know what you're working with. So, most estate agents, the top agents, and I deal with a lot of top agents and not so top agents, unfortunately, but they know their numbers. Hey, if I make 50 phone calls, I get 4 appraisals. From the 4 appraisals, I might get 1 listing. 1 to 2 listings, I get a sale. And they work backwards. So a sale make me 20 grand. I want to be $1 million agent, so I need to make X sales per year. I'm going to work backwards. So how many calls do I need to make? And just work backwards. And then from that, they're disciplined to do it, and they structure their days to do it properly, and they build a team and empower their team, because we've all got 24 hours in a day. If you can empower your team to make those calls for you, but have the right script and dialogue and stuff, you can get there quicker, because you can't get there by yourself.
No,
or you'll burn out.
So you had MA Legal for a while.
I did.
So what was the catalyst for going into New Chapter Legal? And just, I guess, is it just a rebrand for you, or is it a total restructure?
It's a rebrand for me, and new partners. So I've got 2 new partners in New Chapter Legal.
What's behind the name? What's the meaning?
It's a new chapter for all of us. It's a new chapter for all of us. One of the partners, Christian Odia, has been with me for 14 years, and now is a partner of mine.
Awesome. That's great if you're developing.
Exactly, and we really try. So at any one stage, I've got a number of law students in my office too, which we try to develop. And
do they do articles in your business?
They don't do articles. Yeah, not a thing anymore. Now it's practical legal training. They go do a 6-month course.
There's no articles.
No articles anymore. When I was, but I was an article person myself. So but they've dropped it all.
Okay.
Which I think is a good thing, because if you do articles, you might just be photocopying, whilst the 6-month course teaches you that transition from a law student to a lawyer. She shows you the basics of writing a letter and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people actually understand how brutal going into the law industry it actually is. If you think about the amount of data and documents that you have to absorb, it is brutal.
There's a lot to it, and it's a very competitive space. There's more law students than lawyers. There's a lawyer around every single corner. Like it's a very competitive space.
Yeah, but it's brutal. The amount of time it goes. I mean, you could be up all night trying to.
You could, and this is why I'm blessed that I'm here, but my office is functioning fine, because we've got systems in place. What I preach in my office amongst all my team members and stuff is, there is a company in the world that's an international company, a multi-billion-dollar household name international company that's run by teenagers, McDonald's. And if you go to any McDonald's in the world, everyone knows it, but it's the same burger, same thing. So, and they've got the right systems in place.
Right. It's run by teenagers. You're right.
But why can't we implement that for any business? I mean, that's an international, they do it, and they just do it well. So we try to do the same in my businesses. And I use any part of what I do, my team does, it's really well proceduralized, and we don't teach them that. We make looms. Loom is a computer program that
we use it here.
There you go. It records the computer monitor and your voice.
That's it.
And what we do, we have every single set. We don't do an hour loom. We do like 20-minute loom. This is how you open a file. This is how you do a cost agreement.
This is where you store.
This is where you
all the turnkey stuff.
Exactly. But we go detail. It just keeps building. So there's nothing missing by the end of it. And when a new person comes up, we don't waste any time training them.
No.
We give them a looms and go, I want you to write the manual. Because if they're sitting there making their own manual, they're going to learn it.
Yeah. That's it.
And if they don't learn it, you can pretty much look at the manual and go, you've learned this, or you're not.
Did you learn it? Or
exactly. Did you even take anything in?
It's a good way to onboard.
It's time effective. And it gives them it makes them really concentrate when they're onboarding, and they've got a resource to go back to. Because 2 weeks from now, I forgot how to open a file. What do I do again? They've got their own manual that they wrote, and they've got that loom to go back to. It makes everything so much easier. If you implement that, like a McDonald's does in every aspect of your business, it makes your life easier.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great way to go about it. Mate, let's talk about off topic here.
But
AI, right?
Yep.
You know, especially in the legal industry, it's, anyone can put in 5 bullet points down and get legal jargon with some kind of, and, I think for you, I suppose it would help you save time when you're analysing a lot of information, I would assume. You find you've still got to do the grunt work? We use AI. Everyone should embrace AI. I think I don't use it for research. I don't use it for anything like that. I use it. What about for drafts and things like that?
If I use it for letters, but I'll put point forms what I wanted it in in
But
great
then
detail.
You would edit it in a great amount of detail as well, I would assume.
No, I've kind of got to my AI knows how I write and talk and stuff because I've played with it so much. So I tell it point by point what I want in the letter.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this. This is a part of it, just in point forms, and it generates the most amazing drafted letter.
Yeah.
It's a great English language skill,
Yeah.
but I don't think to put those points itself, it can't do it.
No, that's got to come from.
That's got to come from you,
the
and
professional.
And I think it's easier to dot point something and it'll articulate it well for you.
So what's that benefit to you then? Is it time or is it
So much time? A letter that would have taken me an hour to articulate, I might get out in 10 minutes.
Does that save a client any money?
So much money. Lawyers charge per time.
So you want save that. That goes
always
on cost.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
How good's that?
Because all that, I like to be as transparent, especially with lawyers and costs. I want to be as transparent. Anyone that's dealt with us, never really had a cost dispute because every single invoice is so itemized. Yeah. You spoke to so-and-so for this many minutes, this is how much it cost you. It's everything. Our computer program does that for us. So there's no hidden. So the letter would have taken us this amount of time to do. And if the AI has helped us, that time is reduced. Dramatically.
That's awesome, mate. So with New Chapter, what channels are you mainly playing? I know real estate, but are there other channels that
There are. I'm also.
Are you criminal? Are you divorce? Do you do any of those?
Nah, I don't do any criminal. Crime doesn't pay. I don't do family law. I'm a lawyer for real estate agents. And I'm a lawyer for mortgage brokers. I do a lot of stuff with mortgage brokers as well. I'm a judge for all their awards. I've got a podcast that's been picked up by a news channel to do a news show for mortgage brokers.
The awards don't pay. The judging doesn't pay too much.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Do you know what? I love judging, not because of the there's no pay or anything like that or prestige about it. Or maybe there is. It's you get a first-hand look into the best in an industry and you're reading them and comparing them to each other. And you're the judge to say who's the best. Yeah. So the intake and learning I get from reading these submissions and is quite high. And I've been a judge for 9 years for REB and stuff. You take in a lot and you see the trends because the best do it before the rest do it.
Yeah, and now with again, hopefully there's not too much AI, getting into some of those submissions as well.
But you can tell. Big giveaway from me when I'm reading submissions. The dash, the long dash.
Remove the dash.
Yeah,
guys,
remove the dash because no one writes it for dash except for AI.
Yeah, that's right.
So I can normally pick it up, but the AI won't articulate what they've done.
Yeah.
So how they've grown their teams, how they've implemented even AI into their business to make it go better. They're the learnings I like.
Yeah, that's good. So you got New Chapter. So Bond Property Lawyers, what was behind setting that up? Because you didn't have that at MA Legal.
I didn't have that at MA Legal.
I met your business partner. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, Bill. Lovely guy. Bill was a CEO of 2 different public listed companies in the tech space. So his last gig was at PropTech Group, which does all the CRMs for Vault and stuff. So they own that as listed company. Being a lawyer for real estate agents and mortgage brokers and real estate agents need conveyances to transact. Yeah. They can't without it. Yeah. Problem is, there's not one company that's national. So if you're a buyer's advocate and you're buying property in Queensland, Tassie, Northern Territory, you got 3 or 4 different lawyers you have to go to. Yeah, right. So Bond can service anywhere in Australia. We've got people on the ground anywhere across Australia. Gotcha, We've also got a tech piece. And normally conveyancing companies are not big enough to be able to afford to develop their own tech because it's not cheap. We're talking millions potentially. We've created our own tech. So anything that gets updated from a client perspective, the referral partner, the mortgage broker, the real estate agent knows about it real time. They're not waiting for someone to call them. They're getting an SMS. Settlement's been delayed. So when the vendor calls you, hey, my settlement's delayed. Yeah, I know, I'm fixing it. You've known at the same time as them. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. I'll get back to you. I'll find out what's happening or whatever. That real time is what's really separated us. And we've got some big listed companies that have got exclusive contracts with us. So the agency, which is the large company, they've got the exclusive conveyancing contract with us.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. So it's kind of a natural progression with New Chapter being in the real estate industry, and it's you kind of had to do it, didn't you?
I kind of did. Yeah, it just helps the industry.
Yeah.
It's giving back to the industry. There's something that's missing from that industry.
Yeah, that's so good.
That hopefully,
Yeah, good, man. So today you're leading commercial, business advisory, civil litigation. You're doing some of that as well.
a lot of litigation.
How do those areas intersect in real life for your clients?
They intersect a lot. But so if a client comes to me, I just came back from a talk for the biggest Ray White office. I'm not sure if I should plug it.
Oh, you can do that. It's fine. It's a podcast.
Okay, Judd White Group, which Dean O'Brien is giving a talk for their Kickstarter.
That's right,
as well.
exactly. So, I think there's a lot of shared information in the real estate industry.
Yep.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. And look, we help them with all their transactional stuff, but we also help them with their litigation. If something's gone wrong, we don't need to outsource it. We know them well. We know their agreements. We can litigate on it if we need to.
Yeah.
They do go hand in hand. And firms that don't do both, I think, is not doing the client a justice, because if something goes wrong, you need to have the muscle to fix it.
Yeah.
Not go, oh, something got wrong, we might have to give it to another firm, and then they're going to read up on all the stuff that you've already paid us to do, and you're getting double charged, and that's not a good way to be.
No, that's right. And I think it's because you've expanded so much now. Like I think I was against you on one way back with Noel Jones and Schroeder and Wallace back then, and I know you've done a couple with us or against us as well. It's but you're always you're always a gentleman about it. And we always, because you put relationships first.
Always, it's never personal for me. I'm not doing it for me.
No, of course. I mean, you go where the business is.
Exactly.
Just, you have to. So if you think about property, and you think about what directors and their challenges are, whether it be employment agreements or restraints, and restraints are just such a massive one, and how that affects just the employee in a lot of cases, where some of it's always, I find, a bit unfair at times. A
lot of it's unfair, and I think a lot of it depends who you act for. We act for both, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
From an employer perspective, I think what's missing in 90% of employment contracts is a provision to say, hey, if you take my rent roll, you have to pay me an X multiplier of it. Yeah. Because the courts, in very recent court cases in this space, property manager left, took the rent roll with her. The court found that, hey, she's done the wrong thing. She needs to pay damages. The agency said it's worth 3 multiple of recurring revenue. The court says there's no relationship between the agency and the landlord in residential. They can leave you at any time.
But that's what they employ the person for, isn't it?
Exactly. But the restraint on her was 6 months. So they gave a 0.5 multiple. Wow. Now, if you go buy a rent roll for 0.5, you take it any day of the week.
Yeah, of course you would.
And this is why it's important that when new court cases like this come out, people update their agreements.
Yeah. And I think, I suppose with property and business, there's disputes that they're highly emotional, and business owners are usually under some level of financial pressure, or certainly employees. How do you guide, how do you guide people through those complexities?
I think it's about having a very serious discussion with them and knowing what they can and can't do and what it costs them and what paths they can do themselves to reduce their costs. Yeah. Because a lot of people realize that, hey, we can take this on and it's going to cost you this much. But if you do this for us, you put all your documents together for us, you do this, you do that, it's not going to cost you as much because we're not doing it. Yeah. We charge per time and we're transparent how much we charge. Yeah. So if you can help reduce what time we need to spend, you can do it. Or if there's certain things you can do yourself, this is how you do it. And we can guide you through it and you can do it yourself.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about leadership and growth and stuff. You built a team around, I assume, shared values and what you bring in and your ethics. What qualities do you look for when you're bringing people into your firms?
I think a leader should set the core values and your mission statements and stuff like that. I don't think it should be the team. And I think the leader needs to have that McDonald's procedures in place. Yep. And then the qualities you look for is when you've got those two in place, you look for personality. Yep. Can I work with this person? Are they a good person? And what you pick up in an interview may be different to when they work with you. But if they're the right personality, they will come around. I'm not an easy person to work with. I've realized. And my team are very loyal with me, and they've been with me for many, many years, 12, 7, like so many of that. They don't leave. We've had people leave and come back.
Yeah.
Many of them.
Like you said, Emma's been around 14 years before you.
20 years.
20 years. And then you've done this brand change.
Yep, just a brand change, and everyone stayed. And
same office, same everything.
Yep. Well, we moved up the office building, like we're in level 2, we're on the top level now. But everything else is but it's also more importantly, in my opinion, that it's when you're hiring someone new, you don't ever compromise your standards. We have a standard of doing things, and I don't give an inch. I want to make sure my team understands that level of standard. And standard to me is not just about the level of work. It's about how you communicate to clients. It's about what strengths you show, etc. That is a standard of how you work with us. And you can't. And it's a steep learning curve when you start working with me, and I've had everyone get.
I can see the conviction though, like from you.
It needs to, because if you work with us, you're not just working with me, you're working with the team. If you let one person give an inch to the standards dropping, it's going to affect everyone. It's going to affect your reputation. It's going to affect everything. And I think the same is right for real estate. Any services business, you've got to maintain your standards, but be able to empower your team to do the work, because you can't do it all yourself.
No, you can't. I think a lot of real estate offices, they're still challenged with process and turnkey solutions. Would you say you've got your business now running, so optimal, or you've optimized it to the point, or is there still improvements that you need to make?
I try to improve it every day. There's if anyone says turnkey, I'm going to go get someone else to teach me how to do stuff. Quit. Because you should have your standards, you should have your procedures that you are invested in and and then you practice that. Don't rely on someone else to bring your procedures for you. It's not your procedures, because then you can't sell that. You're not passionate about that. Then the second part of all that is this standard part, that you need to have your standards. That I think where real estate agents for sure is they don't set their own procedures. They try to get someone else to come in. And even if they do set their procedures, they don't try to improve it every day. It's not a set and forget. Things change and evolve.
Okay, no, that's a great answer. What's probably some of the most challenging things about running your own team? I mean, you've been doing this 20 years, so you're probably past a lot of the
I'm still challenges. It's still challenges. I've got 2 new lawyers I've started over the last under 6 months. As a part of growth, we didn't lose anyone, but I'm still having constant chats, and some of them come from really big firms and experience and stuff, but their standard's not what I want. So just maintaining it and onboarding is a challenge.
Okay, gotcha.
Onboarding is a challenge.
And finally, what about? I've got a few questions just for some advice for listeners in a minute, but. With marketing, are we going to see you on TV like some of these other lawyers in the future, or are you more, because you're industry facing, that's probably not your journey, or what do you think? Because obviously your social strategy's worked very well for you, and how you're giving all this information. But is there any particular direction you would see yourself going into?
I think consumers or clients, and I've got my own news show starting.
Have you?
Yeah, in March.
TV?
On a news channel for mortgage brokers. So that launched the first filming sessions on 27th of Feb. So
it's going to be on mainstream TV.
Well, it's on a news channel. It's on Foxtel and broadcast around the world as well. So it's like a CNN, but the Australian version, like a ticker or something. I'm sure
we'll see plenty of social content on that.
I'm sure you will. We've got a great social media team.
Absolutely.
But I think if anything, in when you want to win a client, I think there's 3 pillars to it. And anything I do, I try to hit all 3 pillars. First pillar, people come to you because you're personable and they relate to you and they want to work with you. Simple pillar to do. Not simple for some, but simple for most, especially for someone like you. The second pillar, and it's a really important pillar, is you're a trusted source, a referral in. Your accountant says, hey, go see him. He knows it. We work for a lot of CEOs of franchise groups that go, hey, go see Rex because he knows the space, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
That referral in is really important, I think.
Yeah.
And the third pillar is you're seeing it as an industry leader, a thought leader in an industry. And if you can get all three of those pillars, then you always do well, in my opinion.
And I think you have done that very well.
And most of my marketing I do, I try to hit all the three pillars. So it's targeted at a certain audience. I try to bring my own personality out of it, and I try to see as a thought leader and give back. I never showboat about stuff I own or anything like that.
No,
I don't
you don't.
do that. And I don't say, come and see me, or you got to see me, or try to put fear into anyone.
No, you've got humility around what you do.
I'm just trying to give back.
Yeah. And you actually genuinely mean that. And
I genuinely mean that.
Because I've seen it.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
For any business owners out there, that's some great advice there from you, Rex, for people that are trying to find out how they can profile themselves and get themselves out there.
Get those three, and those three pillars work in any industry.
Yeah, it's true.
Any industry, from real estate, account, any industry, and especially service industry. And, being a thought leader if you are a local agent, be a thought leader. Give content out about what's happening in this street sold for this price for this.
Yeah.
Give the stories behind it, not just a sold sticker.
It doesn't have to be your listing either.
Doesn't have to be your listing.
There's a story around it.
Exactly, and why it's gone so much. How is interest rates affecting the market in your area? Give back to your area. And this is not from me, it's from one of my guests that I was on the show. One of his recommendations was, hey, a local agent should set up their own little podcast and then get every single local business to go on their podcast because it's giving back to that community. That fish and chip shop owner has never been on a podcast. So for him, it's a big thing to talk about him and stuff. So he's going to go out, promote himself. Or promote you through him. Yeah. So he's going to talk about, I was on this podcast, or have a QR code at his fish and chip shop for people to watch the podcast.
Exactly.
And it's a form of marketing and giving back to the community. Like those little things can be implemented at any stage. Yeah. People don't.
No, they don't. Look, agents, you can't be a secret agent.
No.
So we'd love to see certainly more agents.
Do you know what I think it is? Any agent that's watching this, what is your value proposition? Yeah. Why choose you? If you're saying I can list it on realestate.com, anyone can do that. Yeah. If your value proposition, I know the area, I work hard, they're just minimum standards these days. Yeah. What is your value proposition? Yeah. Like and I say it with not as arrogant, but I'm very confident I'm one of the best lawyers for real estate agents across the country. Because that's all I deal with. I've seen everything in and out. And that's my value proposition. Same with mortgage brokers. But real estate agents need to hone in on what their value proposition is and really promote that and using those three pillars.
Agreed. It's a great advice there, mate.
Oh, thank you.
A couple more things here just to close off, and just some advice that maybe some of our listeners might be interested. So, for business owners and property professionals listening, what should they look for in a legal advisor?
Someone that understands I know I say it and I hone in on it. Yeah. Someone that understands their industry. So, you go to a normal, and I'd use real estate because that delve is just what I know. But if a doctor came to me, or my brother's a pharmacist, my brother's friends have come to me and said, hey, can I help you? I say to them, honestly, I'm not the best lawyer for you. Because I don't do day in, day out pharmacy.
Of course,
I'd rather and I refer them to someone that I know that does pharmacy. Go talk to him.
Yeah, it's specific.
It's very specific.
Like real estate is.
It is. You're
not going to give a real estate client to someone that specialises in pharmacy as a lawyer, are you?
Exactly. So, and that's why I think if you're looking for your advisor regarding anything, find someone that knows that area. Almost better than you. Question them, or ask about who works with them, or whatever the case may be.
I'd hate to think what your knowledge base is like in terms of all the real estate brands. It'd be incredible.
There's a lot. We do have all of them.
We don't talk more about that. But mate, what mistakes do you see people make when they delay or avoid legal advice? And this is pretty massive because I'll just put that in the drawer,
Yep. It compounds. Like you're avoiding a Band-Aid. When the common, when you have a Band-Aid, just rip it off. Get advice. It does. Contact me. I don't. I'm very transparent with my charge. I don't charge for initial consult. I'll talk to you and say, do this, do that. And whatever you do, at least you got that clarity, you know what you need to do. Yeah. And it might still sit there, but at least you've got the clarity.
Yeah.
And it hasn't cost you any money.
That you allow people to call you generally will lead, you give away that initial consultation.
I'll give the whole strategy away. Yeah. This is what you could do, this is what you can not do, and the whole thing. So they can run it themselves, and I'm happy for them to. It's not about that. No. It's just get that clarity. It doesn't cost you anything. It's confidential. It's just get the clarity so you're not, what's going to happen? At least you know. Yeah. Knowledge is power.
Two more, and then we'll close off. But how important is alignment between values and professional decisions?
For me, it's paramount. I don't think everyone views that way, but unfortunately, from what I've seen, I think alignment of values to me is honestly paramount because it's longevity. Yep. If you do the right thing by everyone, it'll come back. If you do the wrong thing by one person, it's going to come back for you 10 times. Yeah. An unhappy customer is a lot worse than 10 happy customers. Yeah. They're going to go talk badly about you. Yeah. Your happy customers may not talk good about you.
No. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't take much to
ruin your reputation.
All these great things, and then it turns, and
it's not worth it.
No,
just not worth it. And no matter what people say about money or it was a good listing, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Probably a final question here, mate. For someone considering a major career shift, what advice would you give?
Educate yourself. If you're going to do a major career shift, talk to people in the career you're going through to want to join, and see if it aligns with you. Hours, commitments, how hard is it to get to that stage? Not just talk to one person, try to talk to people, especially in Australia. If you reach out to someone in a polite way, they will give you that 5 minutes.
Yeah. Mate, what does success look like for you today, personally and professionally? And what's your next 3 to 5 years?
Success is honestly giving back for me at this stage in my life. Success is helping as many people as possible because that's a legacy piece. It becomes a legacy piece when you can leave and everyone's saying something positive about you. That is rewarding. And then I want my daughters, when they're older, to be proud. And if all the things I do today is to hopefully make them proud that I was their dad. So, that you can't replace that.
No, you can't replace that. And one thought from you, mate, for our listeners, if there was one thought to leave, what would it be?
Have a clear vision of what you want for 20. I mean, we're starting the year, I know February, but still, what does this year look for you? And work backwards. And I'm assuming a lot of your listeners are agents. And if they want to be $1 million agent, just reverse engineer that. How many listings? How many appraisals? How many calls? Divide that by the days. Start the work.
That's it.
It's simple.
It is,
Real estate is not a brain surgery. No. It's simple. It's a 1-week course for a reason. Just go do the numbers.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And probably similar for how you've built your business as well, in a lot of ways.
It is.
It's pretty simple what you've done.
It really is. It's nothing that special about it.
But you've put yourself there. You're for the industry, and I'll say that. That's how you come across.
But I really am. I try to be anyway, as much as possible. And it's a great industry. I love real estate agents. Most of my best friends are real estate agents these days. So,
No, it's awesome, mate. Look, Rex, mate, thanks for being here.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I know I'm on yours next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's been a great conversation, and again, you're for the industry. You're very generous. Anyone can call this guy
anytime. Honestly,
if you've got a challenge, and he will talk to you. So keep that in mind, mate. Thank you again, and to our listeners, whether you're in property business, professional services, knowing your why, and which is why you've got to the success you're having at the moment. Thank you for listening to the People Behind Property podcast. Make sure you subscribe, share the episode, and look out for this episode with Rex. Thank you, mate. It's been awesome.
Thank you.